So what, they called you, Bill?
Yeah, as a witness for the defense.
And now what, you gotta testify for Annie Dunn?
Yeah, I have to, Jesse. I mean, they don't really give you a choice in this kind of thing, you know?
Hey, Bill, can I talk to you?
I was just leaving.
All right, this will only take a minute.
Hey, just get your hands off.
Guys, calm down, all right? Why don't you hear what the man's gotta say? Look, I don't want any trouble out of you.
I got nothing to say to you, Matt.
I figured that since you didn't return my calls. I'm trying to find your mother.
Yeah, well, don't waste your time, because my mother really doesn't want to be found.
She's been in touch with you?
Mom called me this morning. She and Maureen are fine.
Where is she? Oh, for crying out loud, Bill, if you know
you want
where
me to
she
tell you why?
Because I'm worried about him.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you're really worried, Matt. I'm sure you and your girlfriend were up all night worrying about her.
No, you don't need to know my name. You don't need to know my name. I am the woman who called about the shipment coming in tonight. Yes, at the docks, and there's been a mistake. You see, nothing's going down, so you have to call up the ambush tonight. What do you mean you can't call it off? You're the FBI. If Danny Santos finds out what his wife is doing, he will kill her. Hello? Thanks a lot.
Danny, wait. Please, you can't go to the docks, okay? Listen to me. I need you. I need you here with me.
Michelle. Stop this. Hey, tell me what is going on with you. Huh? Why the hell don't you want me to go?
I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you this.
You have to tell me or I'm good.
I didn't want to tell you this because I don't know how to tell you the truth because I'm really scared about it.
What? The truth about what? Tell me.
I was going to tell you when we were talking the other night when we were sharing things with each other.
Okay, well, tell me now. Michelle.
I can't do this thing. Okay. Do you remember, remember when I was telling you about Jesse and about the fire at Riva's house?
What do you mean, when you went blind?
Yeah, I thought that was something that was all behind me, you know, but that's why I was calling Rick. I was calling because I had to tell him that...
What? Tell me. What?
Tell
me.
When I look at you, I don't see you very well. I think I'm going blind again, Danny. Oh, God, it's getting worse. Oh, God, you gotta help me. You gotta help me because I'm really, really scared here.
All right, Michelle, just calm down. Try to calm down. All right, you're gonna be okay. You'll be okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Surprise witness. What the hell has Ben doing?
Someone we love is going to expose us and get Annie off the hook.
Someone we love, but who do we know that would say something that would hurt us?
Dad, I'm giving you fair warning. You better talk to your boy.
What are you talking about, Phil?
If Ben Warren gives Harley a hard time on the stand, we're gonna have a problem.
You're making no sense.
Harley is pregnant. I don't want any extra stress for her. No, I'm serious, Dad. Tell him to go easy.
He knows, doesn't he? Ben knows about the clone.
Cassie, I didn't say anything to him. Our conversation was strictly personal, confidential.
What the hell is he talking about, Ben?
I don't know.
Who is the secret witness he's talking about?
I don't know.
He said it's someone who's very close to Josh and Riva.
I swear to you, I don't have a clue.
Okay, fine. Then do us both a favor. Find out.
You both had a look at that witness list. Can you think of anybody on that list that Ben could crucify in cross-examination? Somebody he could manipulate to put us in the worst possible position?
Your Honor, the people called Josh Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, you will take the stand.
Drew! Good news, good news. Guess what? Remember that guy from Towers that you wanted to hire?
What?
The guy, he's hired. Guess by who?
Who?
By me.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? That guy you dragged me to Towers to see, that bartender you wanted at, I got him.
Oh, yeah. How did you do that?
Well, I made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
I don't like gangster movies, Jesse.
Much of a gangster imitation. What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
Nothing? There's something definitely wrong with you, Drew.
I got bills to pay, Jesse. The cash flow is really messed up, and I gotta fix it.
No. There's something definitely wrong here, Drew, because you used to think I was somewhat funny, at least before Michelle and what's his name got married.
Danny Santos.
I know his name, Drew. I just didn't want to remind myself.
Well, you're the one that brought it up, aren't you? I gotta do books.
Wait, what are you hiding from me? I mean, is Michelle in some kind of trouble or something?
You know, why don't you do us both a favor and back off, Jesse? You're starting to bug me, okay? I have to see if she's okay.
Dr. Bauer! Rick! Rick Bauer! Well, then help me find him. Do something.
Michelle, what's going on?
Rick!
What happened to her? She can't see. She's having some problem with her eyes.
I think I'm going blind.
All right, let's just go in this room and take a look, okay?
Everything's gonna be all right. Just calm down.
Okay. All right, take a seat. You just wait outside and let me examine.
I'm her husband.
I understand it. I just need some
she's gonna
time
be okay.
to look at her and make sure that everything's okay.
Just please,
all right?
okay? Just go.
Thank you.
Okay, Michelle, I'll be right out here. Okay, if you need me. I'm right here.
Hello.
Danny?
Who's this?
It's Drew. Can I talk to Michelle, please?
No, look, you can't talk to her right now. She can't talk.
Why not? Where is she?
Cedars. Emergency room.
Why? What happened?
What, is something wrong with Michelle?
She's in the ER in Cedars.
Mr. Lewis, could you describe your relationship with Annie Dutton?
I don't know where to begin.
A brief synopsis will do.
Okay, about 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, my wife, Reva Shane, had been missing and presumed dead for quite some time. In fact, she had been declared legally dead. I met Annie Dutton, and we were married.
And did you love her?
Well, I married her, I suppose, at the time I thought I did. I was lonely, and my children missed their mother. She took care of the kids. In fact, I would even say she was pretty good with the kids.
And what happened after that?
Reva returned. Reva came back into my life, and Annie didn't handle that very well.
She didn't handle that very well?
No, her supposed love for me turned into some kind of an obsession. She did everything she could to keep Reva out of my life, to keep us away from each other. She made our lives hell. She terrorized my family. And because of those things, she was eventually arrested and put in jail. Now, at that time, we thought that was the end of Annie Dutton in our lives, but we've come to realize that when it comes to Annie, there really is no end. She escaped from jail, right here in Springfield, and she left town. A few months later, Terry DeMarco arrived in town and began to insinuate herself into our lives. And a short time after that, I began to act strange. I began treating Reva badly and developed this inexplicable, these feelings for Terry DeMarco. I began to realize that I had been drugged.
Your Honor, there's no foundation here. If the witness is suggesting that his appalling behavior towards my client was brought on by drugs, we need some proof.
Excuse me, but she introduced an experimental drug into my bloodstream.
Your Honor.
One that supposedly had some kind of mind control quality
Sustained.
to it. And
Mr.
she used
Lewis?
that dr-
You will stick to the facts, Mr. Lewis. The facts.
Annie Dutton came back into our lives and turned them upside down. That is a fact.
And how did Annie do that?
Well, she took over somebody else's identity. So this Terry DeMarco.
And what did Annie, as Terry DeMarco, do to your family?
Well, she pretty much followed the same pattern as Annie. She came by our house for no reason whatsoever. It was sort of a stalking thing. And eventually she made up this story, concocted this story about how I had attacked her in some way.
But that wasn't true.
No, ma'am, it was not true. It was a lie.
Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Warren, you may cross-examine.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Lewis, are you claiming you didn't kidnap Annie Dutton?
I'm not claiming it. I didn't.
But you forced her into your car, physically forced her.
I drove her there.
Yes, to the lighthouse, right?
Yes.
And shortly after you arrived at the lighthouse, the police arrived, correct?
Yes.
Now, what was the condition of Miss Dutton's clothing after the police arrived? Her blouse, for example, was it torn? Just answer the question, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, it was torn, but I didn't do it.
Ah. Well, who else was with you at the lighthouse?
Nobody.
Just you and Annie?
That's right.
And isn't it true you kissed Annie Dutton?
Yes, it's true.
Yes, you
but
were
I
the
was under
aggressor.
the influence of a drug at the time.
You kissed her. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. That's all.
Miss Wolf, redirect.
Just one question. Mr. Lewis, do you harbor any secret feelings for Annie Dutton?
No, I do not, and that's the truth. She repulses me. As a matter of fact, no matter what face she's wearing.
Your Honor, I ask that you instruct the jury to disregard Mr. Lewis's last statement, have it stricken from the record.
You will disregard his last statement,
In fact,
please.
I can't even understand why you would think that I would want you after everything you've done to me and to my
Mr.
family
Lewis.
and to Reva.
Mr. Lewis.
I have always loved Reva.
You will be silent.
Why are you doing this?
Sit down.
Why are you lying? Why don't you tell them the truth? You loved me.
Sit down.
What we had was special. I helped you forget her. I became a mother to Shane and
Mr.
Mara.
Warren.
The mother they needed.
You
no.
will control your
The
client.
mother they needed, and it was perfect until she came back and ruined all of it.
Order.
Tell them the truth.
Order.
Tell them the truth. We were meant to be together. You said so yourself.
I will have order in the court.
What's wrong with you, Bill? With me?
You know, that's really funny, Matt.
For your information, I didn't come here with Beth.
No, I'm sure she just happened to be here.
Look,
right?
you're really starting to tick me off, you know
I
that?
did just happen to be here, okay? I was having lunch with Lizzie and her stepsister, Susan. So.
Oh, really? Well, where are they?
All right, come on, Bill, that's enough.
Susan's father took them home and took them to the movies, and now I'm getting ready to go shopping.
You don't have to explain anything to him.
I want to. Bill, Matt and I are just friends. That's it.
Yeah, I've heard this story before. Matt, my mother told me how you asked her to dinner and then just blew her off to go drinking with her.
First off, not dinner. I asked her to breakfast, and I waited for her for 2 hours at Towers, and when she didn't show up, I thought she blew me off.
And you were just there to make him feel better. Well, stuff happens, right? See, the problem is, this time it's happening to my mother, and I don't like that very much.
All right, well, you know
Matt,
what? You're
my mom doesn't want to
misinformed.
see you, she doesn't want to talk to you, she doesn't want to have anything to do with you, okay? So why don't you do yourself and my mother a favor and stay the hell away from her?
I don't know what happened. I started blacking out and fogging up, and it was really scary, Rick. I don't know what happened.
You can stop this anytime you want.
Stop what?
This act or whatever it is that you're doing. Michelle, there's nothing wrong with your eyes. You can see perfectly well.
Rick,
Don't even try it. So why are you doing this, Michelle? Why are you pretending that you're blind? Let's just try the truth this time, okay? Go ahead.
All right, look. Danny and I got in a fight, okay? And I wanted him to stay home and spend time with me, but he wouldn't.
Oh. It's a good way to strengthen your marriage. Faking blindness to get your husband's attention. That is very inventive.
It worked, didn't it?
Not with me, it's not. You wouldn't try anything this stupid unless you were scared to death. So why don't tell me what's going on here?
Please don't tell anybody, Rick.
I couldn't take waiting out there anymore, Michelle. What happened? You can't see?
No, I can't.
Look, don't be afraid, okay? I'm here, okay? I'm here for anything you need.